Hello Balloon World, I'm Michael Floyd, your balloon twister, and this time I'm going to teach you how to make a fancy cat. It only uses 2 balloons for the body, but a scrap for the eyes and a scrap for the nose. That way you can make any cat you want to make. Let me show you how to make it. To make this design, you'll need a gray 260 for the body of the cat, a gray 160 for the ears, a scrap of pink for the nose, and a scrap of blue for the eyes. We're going to start with the body of our cat, so get your gray 260 out and inflate it halfway. Let some air out, and tie. Give it a squeeze and a stretch. We're going to start by making the muzzle. We're going to make a small bubble, about ½ inch, followed by 2 bubbles that are each 1 inch long. So these 2 bubbles here should be the same size. Twist this seam here into this seam here. Then we want to make sure we use some slack. So I have a little bit of slack there on the end. I'm going to take that slack, I'm going to wrap it up and back, and then tuck it inside. Then I'm going to take that small bubble and I'm going to pull it forward. You want it to be nice and flat, just like that, so it looks like a little bit of a cat muzzle. Now we want to make sure it's soft, because we're going to make the rest of the head. Next, twist a section 2 inches long, follow that up with a small 1 inch bubble, and another section 2 inches long. So these 2 sections here should be the same size. Twist this seam here into this seam here where the muzzle is. This bubble here, we want to pinch twist at. So we're going to pinch it, pull it, and twist it. So you should have something that looks like this. Now get your gray 160 out and inflate it halfway. Let a little air out and tie. Give it a squeeze and a stretch. We're going to take that knot and we're going to wrap it into the pinch twist that we made. Now we're going to make a section 4 inches long, followed by a section 2 inches long, another section 2 inches long, and now another section 4 inches long. So these 2 here on the end should be the same size, and those 2 in the middle should be the same size. Take the seam up here and twist it into the pinch twist. These are going to be our ears. You want to take them and fold them and lay them flat against the head. Take the top part of the balloon up here, the 260, we're going to fold it over so it lays flat, and we're going to twist it into the pinch twist right here. That's the head for our cat. Now we position the ears. We're going to pull them up and work the 260 in between them. You'll notice that creates a little hole right there in the middle. We want that because we'll put the eyes in there later. But you can already sort of see the cat head coming together. How cool is that? Now we're going to make the neck of our cat. Twist a bubble 1 inch. And we're going to do dog legs. So we're going to twist a section 3 inches long and another section 3 inches long. And we twist this seam here into this seam here. That might look familiar because it's in every balloon animal that you've ever seen. Now we're going to make the body. We're going to go down 3 more inches and twist another seam. So this should be 3 inches also. And then you should be almost at the end. So go ahead and give it a squeeze and a stretch so it fills up the rest of that area. We're going to want to twist a small bubble right there on the end, just about 1 inch bubble. And we're going to take this bubble here, we're going to twist it into this seam here. So this should be pretty soft. Now we're going to split this big flower petal into 2 flower petals. We're going to find the center point, and we're going to twist that seam into where the bubble is, creating 2 equally sized flower petals. And that's pretty much it for our cat buddy, besides the tail. So this is going to be our tail, but we got to get it from the neck all the way down to the butt. So we're going to get some slack by squeezing out some air. So we have some uninflated slack. We're going to pull it taut, and we're going to wrap it into where the neck meets the legs. And then we're going to pull it down the front of the legs and into the butt. You want to position the neck so that seam that we made is on the back side. And now we want to position the back legs so they sit flat. It might help to take the back and to pull it further back. And there we go, now we have the body of our cat. The only thing left is the tail. We're gonna give it a nice squeeze and a stretch. I like to make a nice zigzaggy tail, but you can shape your tail however you like. And then you figure out how long you want it. Mine's gonna be about that long. I'm gonna break off the slack right here. Pinch it there. Use the uninflated section to tie it. and then clean up that extra little bit that I don't want. And now we have a really cute 2-balloon cat. Now for those scraps for the eyes and for the nose. I'm gonna start with the eyes first. Get your scrap of blue and inflate it just about 2 inches. Give it a tiny squeeze and a tiny stretch. We want 2 small bubbles, each about 1 inch. And we're gonna twist this knot here into this seam here. Then take the slack from the knot and wrap it around through the seam a couple of times. It'll get nice and tight and pretty much pinch twist them. Then we break off the excess. Then you should have 2 little bean-shaped things like that. These are the eyes. We're gonna take the eyes and we're gonna slip them right there in between that little tiny hole. Whew, don't drop stuff. Okay, so the eyes, they go inside here. Position it. And now our cat has eyes. Last thing is the nose. For the nose, we just want a little tiny bubble right at the end. Even smaller than that. There we go. Oops, too small. Too big. There we go. Little tiny nose. Tie that in a knot. Now I'm not going to use all of this slack, but we don't know how much we need yet. So I'm going to take that, I'm going to position it right here where the muzzle meets the top of the head, and I'm just going to gently wrap it in there. Once should be enough. The rest of that slack I can either tuck away in the muzzle or cut it off. Just like that. One other thing I like to do is I'll separate the muzzle out by pulling it apart, push the nose into it, and let the muzzle come back into it. That way it makes a little triangle nose. How cute is that? The only thing left is our art. For the eyes, I'll be using a black Sharpie to draw a large oval. Then I get out a white paint marker to put a little bit of the gleam in the eye. I'll be using an Edding 750. Make sure you shake it. Once again, I'm gonna put a gleam in the top right corner. Isn't that cute? To make it extra cute, I'll put a gleam in the bottom left corner. Aw, so cute. Don't forget the other eye. And we're done with our cat. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. Well, that's it for this video, guys. As always, if you enjoyed it, click that thumbs up button, and I'll see you back here next Monday with a brand new balloon animal lesson. So if you don't want to miss anything, make sure you subscribe. And if you can't wait till next Monday, check out the playlist in the description. I have over 120 balloon animal lessons. That should keep you busy. I'm Uncle Floyd, your balloon twister. Remember, you can make anything out of balloons, even a cat.